Good morning everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I will be Nat, this won't be my Knackers Yard, this will be, excuse me, filming on a Monday morning commute. Yo ho fricking ho. It's feeling proper wintry. Air is cold. I don't have a thermostat on this bike. Winter air is chilly on my face. Visor down, that'll help. I have made the point this year, I can't remember if I mentioned it on an upload, to go ugly early as far as the winter kit's concerned. So winter jacket, winter gloves, I always wear a snood type thing, a buff, even in the summer. I find it keeps you cool, keeps you warm in the winter, but not a big fleecy thing, just a I was going to go then, changed my mind. Just a little thin thing. Why am I uploading? And I probably spoiler alerted it in the title, although I don't know what I'm going to call it first. So, before I go any further, nobody was injured. And I'll stress that from the beginning. I wouldn't be uploading videos of people getting hurt. I don't think that's funny. It's probably against the community guidelines as well. The guy was in full gear. He was fine. A little bit bumped and bruised, a little bit dazed and confused, but was absolutely fine. No brakes, nothing bad. But I saw an accident on the way home. So this was Wednesday last week, I think it was Wednesday, yeah. I went into central London again, went in for meetings in the afternoon. Thought, sod it. I'll rephrase that. I wasn't working in the same place I used to in central London, but it was very close. So, well, pretty much in central London, most things are close because public transport's awesome. So I went in a little bit early and bumped into, engineered meeting a load of people that I used to work with, and went out for lunch with a couple of them, which was lovely. Then did meetings, then met up with them again briefly, and then came home. What it meant was, I think it was about 5:30 on Wednesday afternoon / early evening. I was coming home my normal route. Now my normal route in and out of central London, or my old normal commute I suppose, takes me past a wonderful bit of London called Swiss Cottage, which, in case you were wondering, yes, does have a Swiss cottage in the middle of it. But effectively, for those that don't know, and I'll see if I can find some Google Maps or something like that to throw in, it's basically a big ass roundabout. I mean, it's not, but you know, it's a ring road around a central mass. That does not look like a comfortable riding position for a commute. It is a bit of a pain. Now my commute on the way back, effectively I join it past Regent's Park, past the outer circle, then go along some lovely houses, and at the end you then join to Swiss Cottage. The junction you join at the junction, and there's about 5 lanes, 2 going left, 1 going in the middle, 2 going right, I think, off the top of my head. And you need to come from where I am and the CBR is, from the left side to the right side, which kind of gives you 2 options. You either pick your way through it, or you belt through to start with. Now if you belt through to start with, you know, accelerate heavy off the lights and go round, because the other lights joining the road change at the same time, i.e. the ones to the forward and right, as you look at it from the footage you're about to see, they change at the same time. it means that you either go hell for leather to get through as the lights change. This poor lady looks like she's kecking herself, or you pick your way through. Thank you, buddy. Now unfortunately on this occasion the dude here decides to try and hoik his way through. Now the only problem with hoiking your way through is you're either got to really go for it and go for it, but the worst thing that can happen is if you meet another vehicle doing the same on the other side, which is precisely what happens here. And I'll drop in to the video and then I'll jump you back in for what I think, and I'll be interested in your thoughts. You're in the middle of the road. Not a time for a sheet to come off. I'll let you go first, mate. Oh, fucking hell. See that one coming. I think the guy's all right on his thing. Let me get his bike out of the road. Okay, so your thoughts. Now, there are extra bits and pieces. I had intended to try and obscure number plates and things like that, but I'm just not good enough with my editing software to do that. Oh dear, stolen a scooter. Yeah, I'm just not good enough for that. And I can't do it. I tried, Governor. But essentially, the CBR, chatting to the guy afterwards, he'd had it a week. So fucking, and he'd not long had his full license, and he was chatting with me saying, oh, I came out those lights a bit too fast, etc, etc. While I was chatting, and I have got the email addresses of both of those guys, I have sent them a copy of the video. That's as far as I'm getting involved. I didn't say whose fault I was, fault I thought it was. I try that again. While I was there, it's got nothing to do with me. I just given the footage, and it's all theirs to sort out. The Audi driver was very much, oh, this junction is a nightmare. Everybody thinks they got right away, etc., etc. What he certainly wasn't doing was, sorry, mate, I pulled out. You know, he wasn't admitting anything, which is a fair one. I don't think he should. A location, an incident location, an RTA location, or RTI, I suppose. But my view, for what it's worth, is that was very definitely the car driver's fault. Accelerated too quick out of those lights. Didn't indicate. I don't think he particularly looked, but if he did look, his view was probably obscured by one of the stanchions of his car, and he didn't see him. It's quite a lot not to see. It's you know, it's a CBR. It's not a small bike, and the dude is a big dude as well. But he went down like a sack of crap, as you'd expect. Me being me, there's no point rushing over to the guy. He had people with him, and he looked like he was being looked over. I was more concerned about another accident when somebody drove over his bike. So I wasn't necessarily trying to save his bike, I was trying to save another accident, so that's why I moved the bike out of the way. Anyway, so I gave him all the details. for what it's worth, my view is that like I say, yeah, the car driver came out too fast, changed lanes into the bike, didn't indicate, didn't see him. I'd argue didn't really look, but you know, that's an aside. What I will put on the rider, and I think it's an experience thing as well, it's a silly place to put yourself, basically. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, apportions any blame to the rider, bar, I think, well, I did actually say I could see that coming, and I kind of could. He kind of rushed himself to that point and then sort of held himself there. If you're going to rush yourself to a point like that, then keep rushing, get to where you need to be and make sure you're safe. But, you know, that's not, please do not think I am casting any aspersions on the rider there. You know, as far as culpability is concerned, that rider is not culpable. The car pulled into him and turned into him, is my view. Now, the problem with my view is the fact that I am a biker, therefore I am naturally going to be a little bit more on the side of the biker. That's human nature. We tend to flock together. But I'd be interested in your thoughts. I mean, by virtue of this being a bike channel, most of you are probably bikers as well. Most of you are probably just going to, even if he was doing a wheelie, say that it was the car driver's fault because he didn't look, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, if he's doing a wheelie, I'd argue that the bike has got some culpability in it as well. Culpability? Whatever. It's responsible for it as well. But not in this case. So, what do you think, people? Like I say, I don't know what's going to happen with it, nor am I bothered, nor am I involved. I've passed along the video to both parties and they can do with it what they want. My hope is that the CBR rider gets his costs covered by the Audi's insurance. But that's my view. What do you reckon? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Cheers all, catch you later.